The assassination of John F. Kennedy, JFK, the 35th President of the United States, on November 22, 1963, in Dallas, Texas, remains one of the most debated and analyzed events in American history. While the official conclusion points to Lee Harvey Oswald as the lone assassin, numerous questions and inconsistencies have fueled a multitude of conspiracy theories over the decades. The events of November 22, 1963. President Kennedy, accompanied by his wife Jacqueline, Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson and his wife Lady Bird Johnson, was on a political trip to Texas. As their motorcade, riding in open-top Lincoln Continental, passed through Dealey Plaza in downtown Dallas at approximately 12:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, shots rang out. Eyewitnesses reported hearing multiple gunshots. President Kennedy was struck twice, once in the throat and once in the head. Texas Governor John Connally, who was riding in the same limousine, was also seriously wounded. The motorcade sped to Parkland Memorial Hospital, where President Kennedy was pronounced dead at 1 p.m. He was 46 years old. The suspect, Lee Harvey Oswald. Within an hour of the assassination, police focused their attention on the Texas School Book Depository, a 7-story building overlooking Dealey Plaza, from where the shots were believed to have been fired. A rifle, later identified as a 6.5 mm Mannlicher Carcano, was found on the 6th floor near a window. Lee Harvey Oswald, a 24-year-old employee of the Texas School Book Depository, became the prime suspect. Oswald, a former U.S. Marine with a history of pro-communist sympathies, had previously defected to the Soviet Union before returning to the United States. Approximately 45 minutes after the assassination, while police were searching for Oswald, Dallas police officer J.D. Tippit was shot and killed several miles from Dealey Plaza. Oswald was later apprehended in a nearby movie theater and charged with both the assassination of President Kennedy and the murder of Officer Tippit. Oswald maintained his innocence, famously stating, "I'm just a patsy." He never stood trial for the president's murder. The murder of Lee Harvey Oswald. 2 days after the assassination, on November 24, 1963, while being transferred from Dallas Police Headquarters to a more secure county jail, Lee Harvey Oswald was shot and killed by Jack Ruby, a Dallas nightclub owner, in the basement of the police station. The event was captured live on television. Ruby claimed his motive was to spare Jacqueline Kennedy the ordeal of a trial for Oswald. However, his actions fueled suspicion and conspiracy theories, as it prevented Oswald from testifying and potentially revealing more information. The investigations and official findings. In the aftermath of the assassination, 2 major investigations were conducted. The Warren Commission, 1963-1964, established by President Lyndon B. Johnson, the President's Commission on the Assassination of President Kennedy, known as the Warren Commission after its chairman Chief Justice L. Warren, conducted an extensive investigation. The commission concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone in the assassination of President Kennedy and that Jack Ruby also acted alone in the murder of Oswald. The Warren Commission's report, released in September 1964, stated that Oswald fired 3 shots from the 6th floor of the Texas School Book Depository, with 2 bullets hitting President Kennedy and 1 hitting Governor Connally. The House Select Committee on Assassinations, HSCA, 1976-1979, following public skepticism and the emergence of new evidence, the House of Representatives formed the HSCA to reinvestigate the assassinations of President Kennedy and Martin Luther King Jr. In its 1979 report, the HSCA concluded that President Kennedy was probably assassinated as a result of a conspiracy. While the committee did not identify the other potential conspirators, it suggested the possibility of 2 gunmen based on acoustic evidence. However, this acoustic evidence has since been widely debated and discredited. The HSCA did agree with the Warren Commission's finding that Oswald fired the shots that hit President Kennedy. Lingering questions and conspiracy theories. Despite the official investigations, the assassination of JFK continues to be a subject of intense debate and numerous conspiracy theories. These theories often question the lone gunman conclusion and propose the involvement of various individuals and groups, including the Mafia. Some theories suggest that organized crime figures orchestrated the assassination due to Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy's aggressive crackdown on the Mafia. The CIA, Certain theories propose that elements within the Central Intelligence Agency were involved, possibly due to disagreements with Kennedy's policies, such as his handling of the Bay of Pigs invasion or his perceived soft stance on communism. Anti-Castro Cubans. These theories posit that Cuban exiles, opposed to Kennedy's policies towards Fidel Castro, were behind the assassination. The military-industrial complex. Some theories suggest that powerful military and industrial interests, fearing Kennedy's plans for peace and disarmament, were involved. Lyndon B. Johnson. A few theories, though widely discredited, even implicate Vice President Johnson, suggesting he sought to become president. These conspiracy theories often point to alleged inconsistencies in the evidence, such as the trajectory of the bullets, the Warren Commission's findings, the behavior of the suspects, and the subsequent investigations. Newly released files. Over the years, the U.S. government has released thousands of documents related to the JFK assassination. While these releases have provided more historical context and details about the events leading up to and following the assassination, they have not definitively resolved the lingering questions or silenced the conspiracy theories. Many historians hope that the newly released files in recent years would offer significant new insights, particularly regarding the CIA and FBI's knowledge about Lee Harvey Oswald before the assassination. However, while some redacted information has been revealed, no definitive evidence of a conspiracy has emerged from these documents. Conclusion. The assassination of John F. Kennedy remains a tragic and complex event in American history. The official investigations concluded that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone, but the questions and doubts surrounding the assassination persist. The numerous conspiracy theories reflect a deep-seated skepticism towards the official narrative and a desire to understand the full truth behind this pivotal moment in the 20th century. While newly released documents continue to shed light on the events, a definitive consensus beyond the official findings remains elusive.